Migingo Island is one of the most densely populated outcrops in the world. Due to its tightly packed tin-roofed houses, it has been compared to a giant armored turtle. This rocky island, covering only 0.49 hectares, barely the size of a football field, is located in the northeastern part of Lake Victoria, on the border between Uganda and Kenya. To learn more about this overcrowded island, Dubai-based filmmaker Joe Hadab embarked on a risky journey, spending a night with the locals. In his short film about Migingo, Hadab reveals that over 1,000 people live on the tiny island, describing it as very small. To reach Migingo, he first flew to Nairobi, Kenya, then traveled 6 hours by car to a small town called Kisumu, on the shores of Lake Victoria. Finally, he took a local motorboat to the island. Hadab describes the challenging boat ride, saying that with the massive waves, he wasn't sure if they would make it safely. To him, Migingo initially appeared like a mirage. Upon arrival, he had to visit a neighboring island to pay a $250 access fee, a measure implemented to prevent piracy in the area. After obtaining the necessary permit, Hadab wandered through the congested island, observing and documenting the daily lives of its residents. In one part of his film, he shows people cooking together in the narrow alleyways, mainly preparing fish and chips. The waters around Migingo are rich in Nile perch, a highly valuable fish in East Africa's economy and food chain. This has led to decades of disputes between Kenya and Uganda over the island. However, according to Hadab, people from both nationalities live together peacefully. He explains that many fishermen flock to the island to catch Nile perch, which generates millions of dollars in exports. For his overnight stay, Hadab slept in a fisherman's hut, describing it as a shack that seemed to float on the ocean, with the loud sound of waves crashing against it. At sunrise, he saw men and women bathing on opposite sides of the shore. Later, he accompanied his guides to the local police station to report their boat missing from the night before. Lake Victoria is Africa's largest lake, but the depletion of its once abundant fish population has threatened the livelihoods of millions of people in Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. Reports indicate that over the past 4 decades, 80% of the lake's native fish species have disappeared. As a result, Migingo has become a fishing hotspot, with its population growing from about 130 in 2009 to over 1,000 today. An island covered in metal. Because all the houses on Migingo have metal roofs and are built in neat rows, from a distance, the island appears to be wrapped in an iron sheet. The island's origins remain unclear. According to one story, 2 Kenyan fishermen, Dalmas and George, arrived in 1991 and built the first houses, establishing a settlement. Another version of the story credits a Ugandan named Joseph, who allegedly came to the island first and later brought his fellow fishermen. These conflicting narratives have fueled the ownership dispute between Kenya and Uganda, as both nations seek to claim the island due to its rich fishing waters. Despite pirate attacks, Migingo remains the most densely populated island in the world, where people live together and seem content with their lives. However, the biggest threat to their existence is the declining fish population, which has already forced some families to leave the island. Would you like to visit this island? Share your thoughts with us, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our next video.